I developed a discomfort in my groin. No man likes to have that. I did go to a urologist, a local guy in here in Hendersonville, North Carolina, where we live. And he examined me and he said, I can't find anything down there, but I know that you wouldn't be here unless something was wrong, and suggested that I have a CAT scan done, which I really didn't want to do. But he said, I encourage you to let's do it. So I gave in. He called me back in his office a few days later and he said, there's nothing wrong with your groin. You probably just pulled a muscle, but take a look at this. And he showed me the film on the wall, and there was a growth on the outside edge of my left kidney. And he said, I think that you need to have this removed right away. And I'm not skilled enough to do it. So I wind up going to a very well-known international hospital in Durham, North Carolina, the Duke Medical Center there. They have a very large cancer clinic. And they were great. It was a positive experience, even though it was sort of a negative one at the same time, but they treated me well. And I went through what was called a cryoablation surgery. And at that time, I think that there were only two people in the United States, two doctors that could do this that had a record of success. And this fellow that did mine was one of them. I remember they had to fly in equipment from New York or somewhere to do this surgery. But the idea was that with cryoablation, they actually froze the tumor off during the surgery, and then it just dissipated. And they told me that they really couldn't do a biopsy before that because they were worried if it was malignant with the needle stuck in there, it could have spread unintentionally. So I waited a couple days, which was very difficult. It was like a 4-hour drive from our home to the medical center. And then they made an appointment to discuss the results, which that alone was like, drove me crazy, just the waiting for test results. I'm sure a lot of your viewers can identify with that. And so he came into the room and he said, well, we took 3 biopsies and 2 came back okay, but 1 was cancerous. And he said, Bob, you have renal cell carcinoma. And I was like, what did you say? And he repeated it again. And then I said, I'm sorry, doc, please say that again. I don't know if I'm hearing this straight. I was in some sort of a semi-shock, I guess. And then it registered that I did have kidney cancer. And so on the way home,
but he did say, I got it. You know, the typical, I got it all. But he said, this type of cancer is known to come back.
Yeah. So that 4-hour drive that I mentioned, we had the heart-to-heart, and Fran said, and I actually I felt this as well, that I had to do something. He didn't tell me to change anything about my life, any lifestyle changes, any change in diet or anything. But he said, come back in six weeks for another CAT scan.
6 months. Yeah.
I mean, 6 months and then another CAT scan. So on the way home, I told Fran that you just started plant-based eating and I'm all in. And so we made a commitment, which I think is really important, to ourselves and to each other, to just go on a plant-based diet, not to even try it out, just jump in with both feet. And my reason was to prevent the recurrence of this devastating disease. Fran was about reversing the disease that she had. And that plant-based diet can work for doing just that, prevention as well as reversal. So for those of you out there, I just want to add that If you are on that plant-based journey, stick to it. If you have fallen off the wagon, get back on. And if you haven't tried it and you're thinking about it and you keep procrastinating about it, get on it as fast as you can. It will be the smartest darn thing you have ever done in your life.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, why not subscribe? Here's a link to do that. And if you'd like to watch the full interview, you can find it at chrisbeatcancer.com. There's a link to it in the description right below this video.